Wow, good evening, and welcome to another awesome Tuesday night here at SuperCars NZ in the broadcasting lounge. This is Dougie alongside me tonight. I have Leon and Shano. How we going there, lads?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good. And Shano hovering around there somewhere.
Yeah, pretty good for being second on your list there, Doug. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I see how it is.
Got to put up that Christchurch love first, mate.
I'm clearly the favourite.
You're my favourite. Just don't tell Shane.
You started at the bottom and working your way up there, Doug?
Don't tell Shane.
Fair cool.
We've got an awesome one here tonight. Jokings aside, we're of our third round of our MRX Endurance Championship. So the third and final round here tonight, hour and a half worth of racing here at Algarve. No, sorry, where are we?
Jerez.
Jerez. There we go. I thought I must have read something a little bit wrong. So there we go, at Jerez tonight. Shano, a bit of info on how tonight's going to play out.
Yeah, should be an interesting one. We're in Spain here tonight. Very famous MotoGP circuit, as Doug brings up the facts nicely in time there. So I can tell you that it's a 4.37 kilometre circuit at 51 metres above sea level. And we're not going to stress too much about those lights because Sean's handily given us a rolling start here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I thought I heard Doug in the background getting a wee bit flustered, moving around a wee bit.
The sound of my bottom.
Yeah, so no, we can actually call the grid out. So, Jane, are you on the first 10, and I'll go on the next 10, and then Dougie can do the following ones after that.
Sounds like a good plan, as Doug's putting all the information up at once and gets that sorted out. We've got Bruce Tannock on pole, and actually I'm going to look at his screen because my screen is going to be changing. Roger Forbert second, Peter Vanderberg third, Michael Gunstone along him on the second row, Scott McKenzie there in fifth, Trent Bennett sixth, Chris Zapasich seventh, Derek Lovegrove in eighth, and then we've got Eamon Young ninth, and Andrew Uden rounds out the top 10.
Cool, and Blake Greenhall, we're going to throw a special mention out to him this round and this week, actually dedicated to him. But I'm sure we'll dive into that a wee bit further as we go. Blake Greenhall starting the next 10. Then we've got Glenn Collinson, P12, Tony Lynch, P13. Nico Cordia, I found out is how he pronounces his name. P14. Then Ross Watson following him. Grant Bristow behind him, P16. John Lee, P17, Matthew Gerard, 18, John O'Gibson, P19, very respectful from him. Andrew Johnstone coming in, P20 there on the grid.
There we go,
Dougie.
And we've got the guys at the back who will be battling it just as hard. Mark Price there, 21st, or 21th for their Wayne. 22nd, Shane McLeod. Then we've got Matt McDonald, 23rd. Steve Arthur, 24th. Darren Lobb at the back, 25th. Quinn Wilson also hovering around there in 26th. And then a couple of those other names there, Nick Mitchell and Sean McNamara, not racing tonight, doing the safety car stuff and keeping an eye on proceedings throughout the event. So that's your grid, and we'll have a look up the front here, see what's happening behind the safety car. Lights are out. They'll be getting pretty close to only a couple more corners left there to go, and yeah, it's going to be a tight battle up front there between Roger Forbert and Bruce Tannock, who've been having some awesome racing as of late.
Yeah, sure. That qualifying time was flipping close. Less than 200ths of a second in it, I believe, or about 200ths of a second, 300ths of a second. My mistake. Not much at all. So that is very, very respectful from both of them, sure. But big surprise there, Darren Lobb not setting a qualifying time, starting from the back.
Yeah, Dazza, most of the season he's been doing that, coming through from towards the rear of the field, and I suppose that gets a lot of chaos out of the way without the pressure of diving down into turn one. And speaking of diving into turn one, cars coming around the final corner. We've got our official flagman there. Thank you to iRacing.com. He's ready to get going. These 20 6 cars of ours are about to hit it.
Green. Away we go. Let's see, hopefully.
Oh, there's action at the back.
Oh, it's already
going
going.
around. 3
Not
cars
even past the
at
line
least
yet.
caught up in that, and there's going to be one more. Oh, he just picks his way around. Looks like Shane McLeod involved in that one.
It's all go already.
To tell me who else might have been involved.
Oh, and there's still more happening there as well. Hour and a half worth of racing, and we're trying to clear off the track of half the cars already. Bruce Tannen currently leading over Roger Forbert, Michael Gunstow, Peter Vanderberg, Trent Bennett, Blake Greenhall, Eamon Young, Tony Lynch, Ross Watson, and a massive shunt there at the back involving what would be Chris Zapasich and Jono Gibson.
Yeah, Jono running wide. I saw it all unfold on my screen. He ran wide into the gravel and just dropped it coming back on, and Chris unfortunately towing back to the pits there.
Yeah, we've seen through the MRX Enduros so far, we've seen some pretty tidy racing in the starting couple of laps. People realising, but it appears as though tonight everyone's keen to just get in there. So interesting. We'll be going back and having a look, and it looks like a safety car has been called, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going under yellow as we speak. There we go.
There is the MRX safety car coming out, and I have also got this beautiful, beautiful MRX safety car video to play for you right now. There we go. So
finally got to use it. Doug
he'll be stoked.
Island. We've been through 2 MRX Enduro rounds, and Doug hasn't had the opportunity to use that until now.
Do you know what? I'm going to do it again. Because as you pointed out, that's Phillip Island. I had to set up a custom race just for Nick and I to get together so we could get this spectacular shot of him doing that burnout. So there he is, 033, Nick Mitchell himself. It is the MRX Enduro Cup Championship, and I'm guessing that's probably about the slowest he's ever driven a NASCAR, to be fair. I don't know if Nick ever really practices driving slow, but currently he's out there doing a whopping, I'll bring it up for you, a whopping, oh, here we go, 85 kilometres an hour. That's roughly about 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour in the NASCAR. He's got a bit, he's stretching it out a wee bit, second gear there.
Oh, he's popped it up a notch. He's off, ladies and gentlemen. My question is,
slightly slower than the top speeds they do at Talladega.
Yes, very slightly less. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Nick, very, very kindly of him, offered to give $20 iRacing to a person who correctly guesses the lap that the safety car would come out. Now, it looks to have been lap 1, and I know there was a couple of people throwing their hat in for the gauntlet there, the lap 1. So, I guess Nick might be paying out for a couple of people.
Well, it would have to be it would have to come down to who was the first person to put that comment in there.
I didn't read that anywhere in the terms and conditions, mate. Don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it's a good thing Nick's done a good job selling some MRX rigs recently, because it looks like he might be out of pocket for a couple of $20 iRacing.
And we do appreciate you, Nick. Thank you very much for coming on board and running the MRX Enduro Championship for us this season. It's been really cool. I've been on the other side of it for 2 of those races, and it's been really fun to commentate, really fun to watch. Enjoyed one of them very much so, racing in it. But it's been a heap of fun doing it from the other end too. So thanks again for that, Nick. We appreciate it, mate.
It is really cool of Nick to give away that time. To be fair, if we can really be honest, because he's been a massive long-time supporter of SuperCars NZ. I'm pretty sure he was one of the first main big sponsors there. He's been on board with big giveaways in the past as well. So
I hear someone we know has been the benefactor of one of those big giveaways too.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Nah,
Not me.
you not?
No.
Not you?
No. I bought mine legit.
Oh, you actually? Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, I actually bought it from through Corey.
But yeah, he
Our
charged
mate-
you
our mate
retail as
Corey
well.
Kitchen. No, he didn't. He did me a bloody good deal, and Nick was
Oh,
more than
God.
happy to help me out with sending through the info for getting it set up. There was no issues with me going outside the box, and I think with the amount that I ended up spending with Nick afterwards on getting some other accessories and bits and pieces, probably more than enough paid for that savings that I got. So.
Sure, for sure. I've just butted in there just for a second there, Tuggy. I've just heard from race control from the safety car itself. We are going green at the end of this lap.
Awesome
So
stuff.
once we get close to
We
there,
sure are.
going green.
We've probably got just enough time to talk about our little bit of a different. We're still calling it a weekly sponsor, I think, but it's a little bit different to how we normally run things. Right on cue, Doug, blowing that up for us. So give a little for Blake and Brooke. So what that's all about, our good friend Blake Greenhall, who's racing tonight as well. His partner Brooke has unfortunately recently been diagnosed with a stage 4 glioblastoma, which is an aggressive brain tumour in the right parietal lobe. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing any of those medical terms correctly. But yeah, so unfortunately not great news for those guys, and their close friends have set up a give a little for them, so we've decided to dedicate this week to promoting that. So if you're keen to help Blake and Brooke out, click on or scan that QR code, or find our race posters that we're posting throughout the week and click on the link there, and you can visit that give a little page and put down any donation that you're comfortable with.
Yep. And SuperCars NZ is going to be happy to throw something in the pot. We're going to put some money down, and hopefully that makes a wee bit of a difference to these guys who are going through a pretty tough time. So we love you, Blake. We love you, Brooke. Yeah, anything we can do to help you, then we will. And I'm sure the lovely people at home will be feeling something similar as well. So here we go. About to get back into it.
We are. Let's try this again and see how clean and tidy we can keep things now with 22 minutes of racing to go.
Leader controls the field. Here we go. And he's
and
off.
Bruce
He's gone.
out of the final corner, no mucking around. Been able to create a little bit of a gap to Roger. Looking pretty settled in behind as well. I wonder if anybody's going to look to have a dive down into turn 1.
Nothing too out of the ordinary there.
Pretty clean at the second time of asking. Good work so far from everybody on this restart.
Someone going a wee bit wide there.
Yeah, just give it a wee bit of a tag there with one of the MRX.
Was that Grant Bristow out of the gravel?
Couple of cars out there having some fun.
Those sweepers can be real tricky, especially on cold tyres. You're willing the car to steer. You have to pick up the throttle quite early on in the corner. You can think you've got it to a place where you've made the apex, and then you just squeeze the throttle a little bit too much and pick up a little bit too much speed, and it just starts to push again. And very easy, as I found out with a couple of black flags in last night's practice races, very easy to end up out in the gravel and some of those sweepers around here.
Yeah, it is really easy. Pick it up just a tiny wee bit early, and off you go. Ooh.
Darren Lobb fighting his way up through the field after not setting the time. Makes his way around one of the Sunblack's cars there. That's called Lucan, I think.
Yep, sure was. Dropped a couple of inches.
Oh, that was looking a little bit tight, but they got away with it, I think. Just for a brief moment, it was looking a little bit Sergio Perez versus
Magnussen.
killed Magnussen there.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Mexican fans at home will not be happy to hear it. Darren Lobb going to go to the inside here. Of course he is. Getting the job done.
Yeah, and let's just have look at that there for a second. So that is Darren Lobb, who we noted starting from the rear, already up 10 spots there into P15.
Yeah, he obviously at the moment is our current series leader. He's going very, very well indeed. So starting from the back was a little bit of a surprise to me, but I mean he's 6 points ahead of Bruce Tannick in second. 140 points for Darren, 134 for Brucey, followed by Roger, 122. So yeah, she's pretty tight at the top end. I think those both had the same finishing position both times. So interesting to see how that one comes about.
Nico Claudia there having a pretty good run through the field.
Yeah, I saw him get a good pass on someone just before.
Yep, so he's been slowly chipping his way through, so he just managed to make a good pass on John Lee, and then his car there. So Nico 4 spots, currently now trailing Ross Watson.
Very good.
I'm just noticing, Doug, that the little the driver data box down the bottom is missing the position numbers. I wonder if clicking race in your yellow boxes might fix that.
Tried that, nothing popped up.
Okay. That's a pain then. We might be having a little SDK glitch there.
Yeah, we had a big one last week, didn't we?
I can't tell.
It was on Thursday when it was saying that people that were in the GTPs were actually in GT3s.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was no, it had them in the right class, but it put like the bottom half of the GT3 class ahead of all the GTPs
right.
for some reason.
Yes.
So it sorted itself out over a couple of laps, but yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, very strange indeed. Looks like these boys have tidied it up a wee bit as the field seems to be spreading out a smidge, and lads are sort of starting to feel into seat into their groove, and probably not trying to go too hundies on the tyres as well, because they will wear out very fast around here, especially on some of those real long sweepers. Oh, is that Gotti on?
Yeah, so there's Scott and Cole battling out there. And a bit further back, we've got Matt McDonald, Jared Lovegrove.
Yeah, it was
from Darren Lobb, so there's Showroom, is Glenn Collinson. So another one that Darren will be looking at putting beyond himself, up there 12 spots, so to be making it 13 if he can get around Glenn. Nice
Even
turn under there.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to come back to Leon's point there, and actually watching Darren work his way through the field is probably a good segue to that anyway, given that it was tyre talk. Yeah, it is going to be a big ask on the tyres around this track for this long. I know last night when I did the practice races, even after about 10 laps that we were doing first stint in those shorter races, it was the tyres were pretty rubbish by the end of that. So when the guys are trying to get about 45 minutes out of a set of tyres, however many laps that's going to translate to, that's definitely a big ask, and they're going to have to make sure they manage that all the way through the stint.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gave both of those practice races a go last night, and after those 10 laps were done, oh, that's a big outside drive. Not quite, not quite. That was deep under brakes, wasn't it? That is a tricky corner to go deep in as well, because usually it involves a serious amount of front lock, and then you just go sailing off. But he managed to pull it up, but that was that was really rowdy. What can he do with this here? Looking towards the outside.
With that big stop at the hairpin though, can be a bit of offset as well as to where people are braking, depending on how comfortable they are with the braking of their car. I know where I braked there last night, Sean was telling me I was braking far too early.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so there may have been the contrast between John's breaking point and Darren's probably exacerbated that a wee bit. Excuse me for the big words, but did he just give him a wee bump there, did he? Just slow up a wee bit.
No, just Darren just having a just a monumental line choice on going through and just carrying so much extra speed, as you can see just how quickly he just pulls in the car in front of him, just with how quickly he can exit these corners. He's really got this car dialed up, and he's playing fair. I'll give him that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't ever think he hasn't done too much unfair play in a few races I've seen him do. So well done, Darren. Right, who we got here?
So Michael Gunstone and Peter Vanderberg battling between 3 and 4 here at the moment.
Just for when Sean comes back and watches the stream, I thought I might offer a bit of translation of Leon's big word there. So Sean, exacerbate means to make a problem, a bad situation, or a negative feeling worse.
So you mean the way he makes us feel frequently?
Correct.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. That's right. Just so he's got something to reference.
Yeah, Sean. Here's your dictionary. Quite a few tight battles going on here at the moment, isn't there?
And if he's not able to pick that up today, Leon obviously being Tuesday, I mean, we could always see him on see him on next Thursday.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be reminding him, don't worry. Yeah, these guys are...
Man, there's battles going left, right and centre here at the moment.
This is another nice tight little battle group, as I was about to say, a nice little battle group that we're watching here, but always interesting watching Darren Lobb work his way up through the field and where he's able to place his car and get those moves done, and somehow he does all this while still not taking a lot out of the tyre.
So we've seen Nico pretty rapid around making a few passes himself. Be interesting to see from here just how quickly Darren actually makes that MRP Falcon. I did it again. The MRP Mustang there pull away from this one here.
I can understand why you'd call it a Falcon, because it certainly doesn't look like a Mustang, does it?
No. It's mutilated.
And the rear lights, they might give you that. Might be essence of Mustang, but
they're probably the only thing left on there, to be fair, that they didn't touch.
yeah, probably.
Darren just running a little bit wide through the first part of that double right-hander there.
Yeah, I wonder if now really having had these tyres circulating, properly, sort of warm for the last 7 laps, just starting to show just a wee bit of extra warminess, bit of extra warminess.
That's like using the small words that Sean can understand.
Yep. Just makes it a little bit more slippy. A little bit less grippy. Tune in next week for our kids version of SuperCars NZ. Featuring Doug and no one else, apparently.
Yeah, I won't be there.
Right, let's have a squiz back and see what's happening down here, because these guys were having a pretty good battle amongst themselves. So Derek Lovegrove, the P21, he's down 13, so he's obviously had those earlier on dramas. He's currently chasing Wayne Hartnell here, P20, who's up 14, as we see Cole Buchan off the track, so just lost his rear grip and floated out towards the sand trap there. And Scott McKenzie under pressure from Tommy McCall, who looks like he might have done just enough to get up the inside. Still
I think that was the other way around. I think he just put the move on Thomas there around at the end of that straight.
Oh, well, yeah, he certainly did. There we go.
Like that. He looked like he was one of the unfortunate ones that.
Hey, sorry.
Had some dramas with that first lap incident. So he's gone from grid 5 to P19.
I was going to say, just a quick one for the festive boys and the Herbals boys, if they want to rewind and have a snapshot there on lap 11, there was a pretty cool one of one Herbals one side, one Misfits car on the other, and then the swapsy roundsy reversies the next positioning behind them. So there was quite a neat wee battle pack there for half a minute, the two Misfits and the two Herbals.
Shout out to Wayne Hartnell as well, equal biggest mover in this race so far. Both he and Darren Lobb up 17 positions, so Darren Lobb obviously we expect that if he hasn't set a time and is starting at the back, but Wayne Hartnell able to match that, obviously picking his way through some of that early drama as well as just having a good start to the race.
17, yeah. Hey, again, probably just wanted to bring it up while he's out here circulating some laps. You read off all the stuff before that obviously Brooke's going through with her stuff and Blake for having to live through all this at the moment. So yeah, just a massive shout out for this crew. Blake's been long time lead member. He's just a top-notch guy. He's funny as he's always been one to put his hand up to help out others when when they're not feeling the best, and he's personally jumped in and checked on me a couple of times when I was at home broken. So yeah, please, if you feel like you want to be a good bugger and help out some good buggers, go and jump on that QR code there. Also check out on the SuperCars NZ community page, the link on there for the Give a Little page. They could do with our help. It would be greatly appreciated, help them through this tough time.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blake, I think just about a day one member. I think he's been with the league since it started.
I think he's OG 0.5 or something, isn't he? OG 0.5?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a lot of spare time on his hands. He's not able to put a lot of time into practicing and building setups, but he turns up just about every Tuesday and Thursday, has a race, and does pretty bloody well for a guy that's not able to put much time into it as well.
Does very well indeed. He's always turned up. He's been a great racer to race alongside. Over the years, we've all had some cool fun battles with him, from GT3s across to the V8s, everything else in between, from time to time. But again, he's just one of those characters who he doesn't need to say a lot for you to know that you mean a lot to him, and that he's got your back whenever you need it, if needed. So he's certainly got our support here from all of us at SuperCars NZ and from the admin team with everything that's going through. We're here for you, mate. We're right beside you.
Yep, absolutely, without a doubt. And I'll absolutely happily give you some setups when you pop in, Blake, no matter what. I think you've got.
Are they the ones you got from Steve?
No, not those ones. He would probably kill me if I did that.
I've just seen a big moment at the final corner between Wayne Hartnell and
Scott McKenzie.
Yes, Scott McKenzie.
Cool. All right. We will have a look at that, because that battle was unfolding, and then what we might do is just have a wee look back through to the race start and see what might have unfolded there at the beginning. Yeah.
It looks like car 11 did get a drive through penalty for that first lap incident. So we'll go back to the looks after this.
Whoa! Massive carry speed there from Scott. Oh, and then a big lock up there from Wayne Hartnell. That's upset Scotty's balance through the corner. That's unfortunate. That's just one of those really unlucky racing moments.
Rocky. That was all go. That was all go, that one.
It certainly was. Wayne's car was just a little bit out of balance there. Possibly he's picked up a wee bit of damage, so certainly got a big shouldering in the side of the door. Learner stickers on point. No, I say that tongue in cheek because he has been having a great race. So just
absolutely.
quite unfortunate that event. No malice, but just one of those racing incidences where sort of a few others get caught up in it as well. It was a cool wee battle took place there with Matt Gerard and John Lee, so that's positions 11 and 12. We see Matt up there 7 spots and John up there 5. I can still confirm the last lap fastest was held by Darren Lobb, but it's not the fastest lap that we had out there on track so far. Best lap goes to this man here, currently leading the race, Bruce Tanek. Best lap so far, a 1:39.46.
Goes show the value of clean air, eh?
Does indeed. Bit of chopping and changing taking place there between Trent Bennett and Michael Gunstone. Michael, new racer for us this season. I believe he's a Christchurch boy.
He is indeed. Yep. He's certainly showed his mettle since being here, though. He's been the man to beat. That's for sure. Jumping in first season, but obviously he's got some real world driving experience there as well.
He does.
That,
yeah.
certainly helped. Yeah.
Champion, I believe.
Yeah. Most recent season, he did very well.
And the funny thing was, a few weeks back, I read through some of our enlistees' comments that they put on the sign-up sheet, and turns out Michael Gunstone didn't actually fill in his own one. He had a few people donate some sim-related gear to him to help get him underway in racing, and they also filled out his registration form for SuperCars NZ. So when he said that he was just using SuperCars NZ as a platform to move on to bigger and better things, I mean, it sounds like something that that Michael might have said, but we don't know for certain.
Hey, he wouldn't be the first person to use our platform to move on to bigger and better things, would he?
No, we've had a couple of them over the years. Quite funny. I just saw Wayne sharing a picture from a snapshot of a certain Liam Lawson from back in 2019.
Yep.
Where we must have given him a wee bit of a side telling off for not making such a clean pass. Just telling him to do better next week. So yeah, we've had the likes of obviously Liam coming racing with us. We've had a few of the other big V8 Supercar boys over the years, most notably obviously Shane Van Gisbergen right through to Richie Stanaway. We've had Heimgartner join us before. We've had a couple other names.
Ryan Wood.
Yep. And
Ryan Wood, the first time I ever heard of him was racing with us, and then he's gone on to just Supercars driving.
I know.
Yeah.
And doing really well as well. And funny thing is a lot of these guys have turned up and we've had to give them a reminder on how to drive.
Dougie's coaching sessions.
Yeah. Pull your head in. No, it's been, but obviously we're laughing about it. It's been quite humorous over the times we get these pro drivers turn up and they come and have some fun with us, and they like to have some fun with others, and sometimes that leads into some dramatic things happening out on track, which looks a bit like dodgems. And then often that relates in people who are unknowingly just circulating around at the end of the field, getting caught up in it, and not so cool things.
I can't really say much.
People start crying.
They do.
Rightio, let's have a gander back up to the top of this list here.
Yeah, Digital Bogan's car around there, almost getting collected, but staying out of it.
So this is the warm-up lap, because that's everyone passing each other like 30 bajillion times. And that goes on for about 17 minutes. Oh, green flag. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right, Quinn Wilson, first one showing some drama going off track, and that was just
And
as
he
cold.
was the man. He was the man that did pick up that drive-through penalty. So
All right, let's have a squiz and see what unfolded there. This is right back to the race start.
oh, yeah. Ah, no.
He's certainly gone for a gap. Potentially a little bit more patience on the rolling start was required there from Quinn. That's probably where race control have deemed that, hey, you've gone for something that wasn't really on.
That was a
Yeah, it looked like he actually got moved over on a little bit when he was trying to make his move.
Pretty please. Have
What?
another look at that.
What, you want to break it down one more time?
One more time, just from that view, or one similar.
Okay, so we will do this.
Oh, super slow-mo.
The super slow motion.
Break it down into detail.
Quinn Wilson from Jamaica, is there a Jamaican flag there? It certainly looks like it.
So number 11, he moves across to the right-hand side at the 49. 49
so
or 48?
49's going for his own gap.
Yeah.
I think ultimately he's trying to get around that car and then in between the two cars in front, and I think it was probably just a bit much to try and make that gap, and he probably just needed to back out of it instead of trying to thread the needle there. And
yeah, long race for sure. So
that was actually the 48 car there of Shane McLeod, but I guess being
Darren Lobb just about got a clout in that whole situation as well.
Yes, he did. He managed to thread the needle quite neatly. To be fair, so this is from Darren's angle.
That's a great angle. There we go. That's a bit better. They got on the brakes. Good on them.
Whoa!
Oh, well done. Very well done.
And that's the dangers of starting at the back when you've got the pace side at the front. But credit to Darren as well, where we saw Quinn was keen to get the jump as soon as he got the green flag and try and get the jump on as many cars as possible. Darren was happy to be patient and just wait for the car in front of him to go and then deal with what unfolded in front of him at that point.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'd just like to butt in here just a smidgen. We have had some race leader dramas. We have unfortunately had some technical difficulties with Bruce Tannock, who has dropped connection due to upload packet loss.
Oh no!
That has been happening quite a lot. We've also had another one drop out through packet loss.
Bit of 4 wide there as well.
Who was that one? Leon, who was the other one that's had packet loss drop out?
Derek Lovegrove has unfortunately dropped out as well.
Gee, sorry to hear that for those guys. Oh man, there's still so much more to break down from that instance. So that was
there is.
Andrew Uden that we saw going through, and I believe this is that we just saw Chris Upsich there with his unfortunate miss. So just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. So I believe that might have been Steve Arthur.
No, it wasn't. It was Jono Gibson. I remember seeing that live.
So that's this one here, maybe, for Jono. Yeah, this is Jono. So just getting across on the sandy stuff, trying to bring it back in. Bit of tyre slip there at the rear.
Oh yeah, just caught out on that grey line and just not quite as much as it was on the racing line, and just drifted off into the gravel.
And then we've got with also that there Andrew Johnstone, who'd already been caught up in some stuff at the beginning. I believe his car here was just toast. Looks like it's not even rolling under its own steam. And he then jumps to pits. So have a go here for a moment and tune in with our new race leader, and I'll have a gander down and see if there's anything else significant that took place in the preceding laps.
That's
Well, I can tell you that Darren Lobbs just made his way around Trent Bennett to move into the podium positions.
he has indeed up 22 spots. What an animal! But that still means we've got 3 misfits in the top 4. These the boss will be happy to see that tonight. That's for sure.
So Trainet there just getting a little bit wide under braking there before opening the door for Darren to get down on the inside. Nice battle, keeping it glued in there beside him, giving him just enough racing room there, allowing himself to open up over the ripple strip, which sort of benefited them both coming through that corner, and Trent being able to hold on to moving forward without having lost too much steam at all. Now he'd be sitting in behind Darren, trying to watch his racing lines and see where he gets on the brakes and the gas.
So noticing there as well, I noticed Darren going wide through the first of those double right-handers a little bit earlier and called it as a mistake, but he's done it again there. I just wondered if that's a deliberate line.
Well, I'm just
maybe not
looking
load up tyres so much and maybe set the car up a little bit better for the second part of that sequence.
Possibly, and I was still watching on the replay here, but it is quite interesting to see. I just wondered whether it's just because the rear of his car seems to be very solid, that he has to roll out there a bit further just to be able to keep the car pointed it more straight. So if he was to give the tyres a bit much more of a squirt, would it add to that rotation?
Yeah, potentially. Certainly not like Darren to be that wide of the apex on multiple occasions, so the fact that we've seen that picked it up on 2 separate occasions would suggest that it probably is something that he's doing on purpose, and there's obviously going to be a reason for that.
I'm just going to give us the Gran Turismo 4 view for a second, as we go and slap our super long GoPro wand off the rear end of his spoiler to give you this fantastic rearward angled shot.
No, it's the high-speed drone.
This is the one they used. This is the one they used there.
No, my drone's a bit slower. It couldn't keep up and was looking at pit buildings a lot.
Here we go. Here's Shane's drone.
That's my drone. Can't quite keep up. Looking at trees and grass and all that junk for a moment, but eventually finds the car.
Yeah, the one that was behind the car. I think that was the one they were using for the Red Bull
there at
Silverstone in the rain.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a hold of that.
Do you know
SVG hooked us up with his Red Bull connection.
What a guy. What a guy.
You're miles away. Let's tune in with Steve Darren's jigsaw blimp.
We need a jigsaw camera from Steve's boat in the harbour at Phillip Island.
That might struggle to see these guys out at Ares.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Phillip Island is a little bit closer.
We'll give it a go. Closer than us.
Well, yeah. Closer than my drone, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Failing that, we could always jump in the jigsaw chopper.
Oh.
Look at that.
Thank you, Steve, for sending the chopper over. That's awesome.
And look how quickly Darren's been able to close onto the back of Peter Vanderberg as well, so I'm sure he's going to find his way around him before too long and then go after old Rogie. And there he goes down the inside. There's a little bit of a moment.
Man, he's very twitchy on the rear now.
Yeah. Is this Battle of the Biltong V2, is it?
Oh, it would be too.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, it would be.
So even though Darren's showing
to get up there with these guys.
Yeah, but Pete managing to keep it in front of him. That's not an easy thing to do. I know Darren had a wee bit of a moment there, but still not an easy thing to do on him at all. It just goes to show the caliber of these two guys, and he was just ready to just over a wee bit, picking the right line there, just to defend it a wee bit.
Was that you fading in and out of a South African accent there quickly, was it?
No.
Oh, okay. I just must have misheard you.
Yes,
well,
yes.
I was going to comment based on these two particular South Africans going very well. There must be something in the biltong over there.
There must be. You guys were spiking it. I'm addicted.
You know
to
what it is? It's the Kiwi spice.
Ah,
Has to be, yeah.
I would say so.
It's the Kiwi spice.
I tell you what, this is doing though. This is just really opening it up for Roger as well. As long as Pete keeps this momentum up and holds Darren at bay there, and as you saw, he got a very good exit there. I think Darren got a bit of wheel spin. He's just allowing Rog to keep doing his thing and moving on. So.
Is that the team orders? Hold him up, don't let him pass at all costs.
Yeah, well, I wonder if the boss back in P18 at the moment has been calling up on the radio and saying, "Let Rogie win it." And as you know,
Far out.
before, we've got Roger there in P3. So whether that would be enough, I don't think it quite would be as the standings sit. I think Darren would still have the championship, but he would be much closer because, as you are well aware, our former leader, Bruce Tannock there, he's only just made it back on track and he's in P25, so a lot of ground for him to make up. He's 4 laps down now from upload.
Oh, he sent a little bit of a slide there, backing it in like the MotoGP bikes that call this place home normally.
Pete's
Peter's been able to get back up the inside, but Darren holding the inside line for that next corner. I think he's got the job done, barring any mistakes on the next few corners.
Does appear that way indeed. But we've got another Misfits car to contend with. Although he is a lap down, there will be another Misfits car. It's just a sea of green round here. These festive foods, boys. So the Misfits boys.
You can't get away from them, mate. They're everywhere.
Well, we wouldn't have it any other way, though. We love you guys. Thanks for continually showing up. Thanks for we see these guys every single night that we have racing, and we appreciate it. You guys mean a lot to us, and we hope the league that we run means a lot to you guys as well. So.
Yeah, some would say the biltong is rubbing off.
Must do. I would say it will anyway.
So, I'm just going to have a quick looky here, because I spotted this.
Blake into pit lane, up on the jacks.
He's not the
we
first.
are approaching that halfway mark too, so this window obviously open. It's actually quite a tight pit window with these 1.5 hour races, because it's just over between 45 minutes and 50 minutes normally you get out of a tank in these cars. So obviously varies a little bit track to track depending on how much you're on throttle, but yeah, there's not a lot of variance that you can alter your pit stop either way to be able to get home. But these guys come in just short of the halfway mark, and you would assume they've come in at a point where they can add enough fuel to get home. And Blake's always been very good at using very little fuel while still going quite quickly as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, our main man Macca probably threw a wee bit of a spanner in the works there as well with the rolling start, which wouldn't have helped that. Maybe brought that window back. Not too far, but it's still gas you're using as you're going around track in it. So,
yeah, that's a fair point. And I was going to call back to that rolling start as well, because we saw the replays from the start there with a lot of chaos going on that opening lap, and that was a similar story last night with the rolling starts, which were loaded in the era. And some people might have a bit of a bone to pick with Sean, because he was absolutely adamant that he was going back to check it. And his report tonight was, yep, I checked it, I changed it, I didn't save it, I went back after 7 o'clock and it was a rolling start.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you have too many lemonades on your way home from work, innit?
First I've ever heard Waikato referred to as lemonade, but sure.
Yeah, but it's a fermented lemonade. It's the fermented stuff.
Let's not downgrade lemonade. Let's not tarnish lemonade with that filthy talk.
Let's put it this way though, it's lemonade that's sat in the bottom of the car.
Oh, that's an interesting that entrance in the background.
I'm happy I wasn't there. I don't even know who it is. It's Glenn.
Thankfully Doug's done our pit reporter today.
Oh,
he wasn't standing at pit entrance there.
Oh no.
Was he coming into the pits? Let's have a look and find out what was going on.
I don't think he was, because he's come straight back out on track. I think he's did a similar thing to what I did on a qualifying lap last night. Just gassed it up too much with the hairpin, and it's put him into pit lane.
interesting. Very interesting. I like the
I
line.
hope he
Not
doesn't
fun.
suffer a black flag for entering pit lane wrong. You know,
So,
sometimes how it just
black what, Doug? Black what?
black
What
flag.
was
Black
that you
flag?
were about to say then?
What did I say?
Well,
Flag.
you
Said
were
flag.
about
Oh,
you were
you
about
said
to say
flag.
something quite different, but you stopped yourself short. I'm quite glad you did for the YouTube stream, to be fair.
Was I trying to drop the L?
I think you were.
Oh, I'm all about dropping the love. Let's try not to do that again. Sorry,
I love a
buddy.
bit of love from you, Dougie.
I'm still your left hand, brother.
I know. Don't tell anyone. How many people's this stream to? There's three people out there that watch this, isn't there? Regulars.
3. Yeah.
We've actually got 10. We've actually got 10 in with us watching tonight. So
Hello to the 10.
yeah. We appreciate you,
Say
you 10 coming
g'days.
along. And I'm seeing some pretty regular names in here that are coming in. We've got Dig Daddy Racing. We've got Scotty P. Mr. Daniel Nolan. I've just heard from a very reliable source, which is Dan Nolan himself, that he unfortunately has COVID and very fatigued, doesn't want to get on the sim, especially for an hour and a half of racing. So I can't blame you too much for that, fella. I totally understand that. But yeah, good to see some regulars popping back in and saying g'day.
We love it. We love it. Actually, so I've just come on to Michael Gunstone here as Blake Grenhall's managed to shoot on by, so that gives us a pretty good representation on how that's played out. So just looking at those sort of ones towards the, probably the pointy end of the field, Trent Bennett, Blake Grenhall and Michael Gunstone. Trent was in the pits for 31 seconds, Blake was in for 32, and Michael was in for 33. And they're all in 11, 12 and 13th position. 1, 2 and 3.
Until true.
Okay.
You heard it from Dougie himself. Must be true.
Well, it's just the data I've got, you know.
Oh, why do you guys get all the data? I want the data. Give me the data.
You
Well,
can
I
have,
told
you can
you
use
need
Wayne's
to get
login.
SDK. It's that
No.
simple.
No.
You're gonna need it when Doug teaches you to stream, mate.
So
Yeah. Well, Dougie, come on. I need some left-hand action.
that,
You need
that,
to come
that,
around
could,
and help me
that could actually be next Tuesday.
out. Could it?
Could be.
I'm liking the sound of this. Imagine me trying to run a stream. I'm sure the folks at home don't want to see that.
See that, hear that, live that.
Oh, we got a couple of not so regular names in the comments there. We got JT popped his head up and Mike Robinson as well. Hey,
G'day, lads.
Mike, just want to apologise again for Jerry's a couple of seasons ago when I absolutely cleaned you up. That was my first season and the one absolutely smoked you. So hey, sorry about that. Haven't seen a lot of you since then. Wonder why. Some idiot decided to plough on through. Yeah, apologies for that. But Sean was giving me heaps of stick about that last night, so I thought when I saw your name, I thought I'd throw that apology out there.
Typical of Sean to give you stick, isn't it?
Yeah,
hey,
pop
while
kettles and blacks and all that.
Absolutely. While we've got Mike tuning in, get back on track if you can, Mike. We love having you around.
No, I don't want to get
Absolute,
big anymore.
absolute legend of the league. Get back out here, mate. And another Taranaki local, so come on.
Yeah, no.
Well, we don't need to go there, do we, Leon?
Yeah, we might just hold off on that one.
Well, it's faster than all you Christchurch boys. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why I told him not to come.
Yeah. No, it was. Oh, yeah. I would be. I'd love to see Mikey back out there, cutting some laps again. The last time that I was actually privy to seeing Michael race was a few seasons ago when he came back out of the woodworks to join us for the Bathurst 12 hour.
Oh, very good.
And pretty much single-handedly, because the rest of us were all toast, kept us on to keep hold of P2 on the podiums.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes, that's right.
Managed to hold off one of the Simlax boys there at the last months. We're just watching Roger Forbert there rolling into pit lane.
Wow, so just hit the 50-minute mark. Our current race leader. Have we got Mr. Lob? No, he's staying out. He will do that long stint as he usually does. This
Well, that's impressive to get this far into the race with the formation that factored into that as well.
I suppose there was something that I didn't throw out there, which was the safety car, though. There were a couple of laps rolling around.
Oh, yes, that's a good point.
Minimal
Very
gas,
good
so
point.
I would say they may actually be okay, which I didn't think of until just now. So, window's probably a little bit longer than what I sort of led on there in the opening stages of this. But
You know, that's a fair call, and I was alluding to quite a tight pit window as well, and wasn't also taking that safety car period into account. So thanks for that.
hey, we all make mistakes, mate. You'll do better next time, won't you?
Probably not.
How many times have you set up rolling starts?
Well, the majority of the races that I've loaded have been GT3s, and they're meant to be rolling starts. So
How many standing starts have you done with GT3?
I've done one.
Be right. Well, Sean's done 2 days in a row, so and that's technically
He
3
has.
races. So.
Wow.
Hard luck, Sean. Yeah. Shots fired, buddy. Shots fired.
Indeed.
What interesting stuff have we got going on? Do you want to bring up those gaps there for us, Doug? See how we're looking.
odd gaps and intervals.
Oh,
Very flash.
well, I mean intervals, so yeah, you've done the right thing there, mate. Appreciate you.
I mean, he already had intervals up, but anyway.
Oh, you know what the problem was there?
The problem is you ask for data, we give you the data, and you don't look at the data.
I know, he's watching the live stream again.
I'm watching YouTube again.
Oh, you're not. Get it together, Leon.
No, it would only for just a second. Like I just flicked out of Discord and looked at the thing because I was laughing at a comment that Mr. Nolan had just made because he asked for an onboard lap and he said to remind him not to be watching the YouTube stream and keep an eye on the Discord instead. Oh, niggly. No. We won't subject the poor people at home to such activities again. It's not good for anyone, mate.
Yes, we
Might
will.
be good for a
And
laugh,
we're
you guys.
going to do it right now. Thank you, Leon.
Righto. And here we are for a lap of Brands Hatch. So coming up to turn 1 here, this is a real tricky first turn here at Brands Hatch. It's sort of downhill and you know it goes a wee bit, you know, if it's wet or anything, you slide off the end. Then we've got a tight right hand hairpin going round the hairpin there now, as you can see. Then we've got another left hand hairpin. Are we going to do the short Brands Hatch or the long Brands Hatch? Which one are we doing tonight there, Dougie?
We're doing Yerez.
No, Brands Hatch.
This will be about turn 4.
Definitely not at Jerry's. We're at Brands Hatch. And across the line, there we go. There's your hot lap for Brands Hatch Rallycross. What do you guys think of that? Was that better than the last couple? Or?
That's great. We're just going to have to make sure in future we just load up every V8 session to be Brands Hatch Rallycross.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Right, well, we're getting an awesome onboard shot here from Blake Renhall anyway, the Property Edge Mustang, and he's done a mighty fine job there at the moment, sitting in spot number 7, up 4 spots, and there's only 2 cars up the line that haven't pitted yet, that being Darren Lobb and Peter Vanderberg. Currently in the pit lane we have Matt Gerard, as we see Blake coming around to the final corner now, and Blake has Michael Gunstone in front of him. Imagine both of these guys have done pit by Matt, so they have. So that brings Blake up 5 spots into position number 6. Very closely behind Blake is Eamon Young there, being stalked in the Diesel D Services Commodore there.
Worth noting as well, Blake put it on lap 23 and lap 27, so 4 laps difference in those tyres. The undercut's been pretty effective for Blake to be able to gain track position, but this is where he's going to have to work hard to keep those cars being able to jump ahead of behind him now.
And there's PVDB, the man himself.
PVG.
PVDB.
Yeah. What was that flag man doing for a second? Looked like he flipped something off and then scratched his bum.
He's had a couple of fermented lemonades. He's hanging out with Sean.
He's sharing a pit stall with the safety car.
Yeah.
You could say him and Nick have become quite close this evening.
Very close.
You do notice in these long... Whoa, okay. In these long races, people get quite acquainted, really, inside one another, if you will. And that appears to be what's happened here. And Pete's off. Away he goes. Pete's done. He's done his dash. He's unloaded, and away he goes.
We even had the helmet cam from Nick as he wonders what on earth is just going on there.
Bringing you all the shots here at SuperCars NZ.
Even the ones you don't want to see, we're bringing them to you anyway.
I just thought I'll just quickly check in with drone Shane drone cam.
Still drunk.
Yep, still looking at the trees.
That's some good work.
Showing the people what they want to see.
Yeah,
I don't see anything wrong with these shots. Absolutely nothing wrong.
That is some good stuff.
Who wants to see race cars on tracks when you can look at grass and trees?
We get race cars on track 2 nights a week. Yeah, you know.
There was probably about 17 seconds too long there for
everyone.
Everyone's liking. So guarantee there's going to be a telling off in the admin channel tomorrow.
We were just roaming about in the drone there, roaming about.
That's it.
Yeah, well, you can't help it sometimes.
Sometimes you've got to do a bit of roaming about to find the good tree shots.
Yep. Well, how would you know? How would you know if you didn't get in there?
What's that? PVDB around the final corner. PVDB. Nice. I like that. Can you slow that down? You might actually be saying something in his foreign language. No, yep, I thought so. Pete, they're hanging on to position 2 for all of 0.01 of a second as Darren Lobbs come screaming out of pit lane there. He's still got a bit of work to do. 32 minutes of racing to go. Gap margin to Roger Forbert in front of him, 15 seconds. It was at 11.5 earlier on, I noticed, so I'm sure that time will come down now. We'll see some pretty blistering shots from the man Daz.
Yeah.
But
I wonder, have you got much data on his lap time? How are his lap times looking? I can probably have a quick weekend ahead.
In terms of best lap, Roger's actually been able to go a little quicker than Darren. Last lap data, Darren's time was going to be polluted by his pit stop there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the stint where Darren is going to really put the hammer down now. We see it where he extends that first stint out, goes long, manages the tyres to get there, and then is able to use a bit more of them in that second stint. So it's going to be the next couple of laps where we really see what his pace is going to look like as he I suppose down Roger.
So I've actually got a bit there with Darren versus Roger there, the last few laps.
Oh, yes.
So let those balance out a wee bit, and we'll see what that's
Yeah, see
like.
what they come to. You are an absolute unit there, Roger. Well done, man, and well done, Darren, as well, for making his way up the field. I am just going to go have a quick chat to our race control boys, make sure they're safe for me to pull one of them up into the lounge to have a quick chat to. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay.
I think we'd like to have a chat with Nick if you're going down there, see how that experience was. Is that what
That's
you're
what
after?
Yeah, pretty much. So I was going to pull Sean up, but then I thought no, this is the last race of the MRX Enduro Championship, so we'll pull Nick up. But
Sean
I don't
doesn't get pulled up; he gets pulled down
Correct.
by all of us loose units around him.
Well, here's the thing: is that I don't mind putting Sean on the spot, and I don't mind him coming in and being like, you know, and get put it on the spot. But I have a little bit more respect than that, you see. So what can I say? I better go pre-warn him, mate. We'll see how we're getting on.
Sounds good. I just thought I'd take a moment. I'll tick through maybe a few names that we haven't really touched base on tonight, and show off some cool liveries with a bit of a close-up cam.
Apex Amigos for Matt McDonald. That's an appropriate team name for the Spanish track.
Looking pretty good. We've got Andrew Johnstone here. He's got a nice flash livery there from RSW Graphics. Always quite a slick looking Mustang out there on track. Don't see his played with the yawns there for a second. There's boys not out here racing tonight. No Daniel Johnstone.
No, he's not in tonight, is he? So Daniel obviously better things to do tonight.
You see on Andrew's spoiler, he's got Dr. Drew.
He has too.
Okay. Maybe he's a bit of a race doctor.
Well, I suspect with the NZ branding all over his car, he might be a hose doctor.
Aye, there we go. I like your style of thinking there, mate. I like your style of thinking. Pricey. It's quite a slick looking car. That'd be a cool one to see out there cutting some laps in the V8 Championship.
Yeah, it would. Ross Watson's
taking place.
Ross has scratched up the Misfits livery there down the left hand side.
Bit of a battle scar on the right rear corner there as well, so Ross giving it everything he can. P12 at the moment for him.
Oh, those boys are on fire next door, mate. On fire.
Well, that's good to hear. They got the taps flowing, have they?
They do. Nick's just stumbling over now, so he could take anywhere between 6 seconds and 3 years to fall through the door. So we better unlock the door for him and see if he's ready to have a quick chat, eh? Just on race control's note, they just wanted to throw it out there. Mr. Lob pulling out a 1:39.8 on his last lap.
Oh yeah, that's a very rapid time.
Yeah, that's pretty rapid.
That's almost qualifying pace there.
Yeah, for sure.
And that margin has now just dropped underneath 11 seconds from himself to Roger Foreman as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's coming down pretty rapidly with just over 25 minutes remaining. Plus however long it takes them to finish the lap that they're on when time runs out.
Yep.
Oh, look, he's just stumbled through the door. Crikey.
Ah, stumbled me
Quick,
that.
move
right
the
word?
bean bags.
How we doing, Nick?
Great. I'm just enthralled in this battle for P1 and P2.
Yeah.
This is awesome to watch right now.
Yeah, definitely. How's things up in the control tower? I hope the smell's not putting you off too much.
And control tower's going good. You know, we had an early safety car, which was expected.
Did you say safety car? Sorry, I just jumped the gun on playing your awesome safety car video there again, Nick.
Finally got to feature, Dougie.
He's been chomping at the...
It got a lot of chat. Got a lot of chat.
Great. That's fantastic. We worked hard on that one.
I was just we did. Not really.
Yeah, so main reason we want to pull you up here, Nick, is basically to say thank you. Thank you for your support of the league and the MRX Enduro Championship. I would go out on a limb and say it's been pretty bloody successful this season, and it's been really cool to have this amount of guys out on track doing their thing. And obviously at the moment that battle for P1 that's closing ever so slightly. I think that's going to be a wee nail biter towards the end there potentially.
Yeah, you're right. This is cool. This is like been a great series, and like we've been part of SuperCars NZ for a long time now, and not since the day one, but we got in there as soon as we could, and after all these seasons and maybe 2-ish years,
yeah,
watching this better right now, it's cool because this is what we love to see. You know, guys from different years of levels of iRacing experience, battling hard, and put everything they got on the line. It's really cool to see, and that's what MRX Race Sims is about, and we love fueling this racing.
Oh, wicked! And we see you managed to keep the safety car in a straight line for the better part.
Yeah, despite my best attempts, I've been doing a bit of practice, and yeah, it's been great. It was great. It's a great car. Love that S car.
Yeah.
A bit of Chevy power in there, mate.
We saw that second gear was a good option for you. Kept it nice
Yes,
and safe bringing it around the track.
Yep.
I
I think it was Phillip Island. I did about an hour of practice for that first Enduro, and just knowing where the rev limit was for that Chevy, and that 800 horsepower, and I love it, and I decided to control it better than that piece of crap GT4 I raced last time.
Piece of crap.
Sorry, did you say you were racing that?
Well, I was trying to. Didn't work very well.
You had to push that thing to its limits just to stay ahead of it.
You did.
Didn't you?
Yeah, safety
You
car
really
pulling
did.
away now.
At least with 800 in the good old Chevy, you could just blast it down the straights and coast to the corners.
Was that why it was strategically done that when you said that it was always at the downhill section of the track? Safety car pulling away.
You got it, mate. You know me too well, Dougie.
Hey, important question though. Very important question. Have you got the taste of biltong out of your mouth yet?
No.
We had a shot of Peter Vanderberg inside you in that lane there. It didn't look very comfortable for you.
Might have been a bit salty from your angle.
It never is having something inside you unwantedly.
Look pretty voluntary. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it was used to me. From my angle, it looked very different.
Yeah, if you get we did actually go for a helmet cam there as well. So we know
glad.
how it looked, mate. We know how it looked.
I'm looking forward to watching the stream back.
Oh, very well done.
Honest, wife, it wasn't what you think.
I can prove it. Almost.
Just in case you missed it, here it is on the replay.
So, I should have the replay up. My bad.
From Nick's angle.
Oh, giggity.
Yeah, just all inside. If we play that on, there's Nick. He's looking up, going, "What on earth is happening here?"
Very,
Like he's
very
smiling in that
video.
photo. He's smiling in the photo, but you know, what can we say?
I'd smile more if I was getting paid for it.
Instead, you got to pay someone else tonight. I hear.
That's right, always.
Good on you, man.
Always paying someone.
Yeah, yeah. Whether it be the significant other, your friends, your family, or a lucky someone or someones from SuperCars NZ community page.
That's it.
Or,
We love to put some dollars on the line for anyone in need.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Nah, wicked. Well, once again, Nick, we appreciate it, man. It's been a really cool series. I've obviously raced in one and commentated on the other two, so yeah, it's been really fun from both angles of it, and we hope to see you again next season and into the future, and hopefully we can keep up this bloody cool hate relationship we've going on. You know that.
100%. Love it. Love being here. Love being part of it, and I had nothing better to do, so why not?
Love it.
Thank you, Nick.
Awesome.
We'll leave you to it. 20 minutes of racing left to go. Darren Lobbs brought that margin down to 7.3 to Roger Corbett. There might be just enough time on side to see a cool battle at the end.
I reckon, Rog, if he can keep it what he's doing going on, I reckon he may have this, and I want to see it too. Rog deserves this. He's been driving really well this year, and all the sprint and Enduros, and even though Darren's stuff from the back, you know, Darren, 9 times out of 10 would have been passed through the field by now, but this is actually really cool that Roger is actually bringing a fight to it, so it's cool.
And obviously some unfortunate packet loss there for Bruce.
That sucks for Bruce because he would have been well and truly in this fight as well. So bad luck for him.
Yeah, I was just about to say is we've got Bruce in the background on screen there, just behind Roger. Credit to Bruce after having that packet loss to come back and keep racing and race for the points, even if he's.
That's what Bruce is about. You know, he's here to do what he can and have some fun too. And you know, he gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes from a few people, but Bruce is a racer and he's always racing. He races hard no matter what night it is. So credit to him.
So I don't know if people just saw that on the angle there. So yes, we are talking about Bruce Tannock, who's just behind Roger at the moment, and I can see from the rear camera of Bruce's car a red and black MRP Mustang of Darren Lobbs closing in.
He's coming.
18 minutes of racing to go, and
6.2 to Roger.
This man here, front camera on, and Bruce just round the corner, just out of sight. There he is, and a Roger in view as well.
Oh, it's all on.
6.4 seconds to go to the lead.
On that note, open the door back up for you there, Nick, and we'll send you back over to the tower.
Copy that. Cheers, boys. Appreciate it. Thank you for your help.
Cheers, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's someone having a moment. Was that Mark Price?
It was Mark Price. Looks like he's actually had a big tip into the wall, but I've got Steve Arthur. No, separate timing, so I'll just have a quick look at Pricey's one here. Looks like he's caught himself in mischief, maybe in a similar spot where we saw Misfits entry car before final corner.
Yeah, I think he's just got a bit further out of there, so he's ended up in the pit wall instead of in the pit lane. Although pit lane would have at least resulted in a little bit less damage, but certainly safe from any penalties. I did notice on that previous lap as well, while we were riding on board with Darren, that corner we were talking about earlier when we thought maybe he was going wide on purpose, he did actually take that quite a bit tighter on that occasion. So, wonder if it was maybe a strategy to help that first set of tyres get to where he needed them, and now that he's going all out attack, finding a bit more time by running the slightly tighter line there.
Was that a Mr. Tannock there that was having a wee tour through the grass there, just checking the grass height, just cutting it a wee bit, I believe?
Not that I saw on here. I was looking at some data view for a second, so I might have just missed it at the corner of my eye. But so we've got Darren in second spot here, up 23 positions from where he started. Bruce Tannock out of position, but probably racing respectively where he could have been anyway. So still good to see Brucey come back and carry on putting those laps away.
Oh yeah, I've just gone back and had a wee look. Brucey was very close to a big moment, managed to keep it out of the wall and keep it where it needed to be. So very, very lucky there. But I wonder if this is going to, whether these two are going to fight hard.
Oh, Bruce with the rear lock in there as well.
Yeah, and
Just
getting
got
right
it
out
right,
of the
yeah.
way quick for Darren, realising not even worth being anywhere near
Oh, that
this,
just threw what I was saying out.
that battle.
I was about to say, you think Bruce and Darren there are going to be fighting hard like they usually do when we see them, and that might give Roger a bit of respite. But alas,
Well,
it's not to be. It's not to be.
I would have said probably similar, but not quite as much.
Bugger! They were jostling for that for a wee while, weren't
They
they?
had been, yeah. We'll bring that back up for this one here. Sorry, that was about 3 replays ago. So just let this unfold for a second. Looks like they had a few side-by-side moments there for a wee bit more than what we saw. Oh,
he did well to keep it out of the side of the Digital Bogan's car.
There we go. Sure. So what I thought might have been a wee nudge there from Eamon was nothing more than Blake just catching himself out a little bit under brakes. So great racing, push on. We'll see how that one goes moving forward towards the end. I forgot what we were just talking about before that though. Darren and Bruce. So yeah, just I think I somewhat agree with what you were going to say there, Leon. I think if Bruce just hadn't had that wee wobble on himself and probably just gave his tyres a bit of an extra, 70 odd degrees that it didn't need, I don't think Bruce would have moved over as soon as what he had. I don't think he would have held him up, but he certainly would have just carried on racing as per normal. But I think once he realised he was well off the racing line and not ticking over that race pace, he said, no point getting here, or else I'm probably going to end up with a big red and black thing right under my rear spoiler where I don't want it.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is getting pretty spicy for P1 here. Darren Locke closed the gap to 4.5 seconds now, and 4.3 seconds. That is getting tight.
So
John Lee in front of him. Obviously a blue flag on that car there. So being a lap down, I believe, or potentially just still 1 lap down at the moment.
A good run on him, and he's going to be able to fire it down the inside into that final hairpin. So I think that gets all the cars for the moment out from in between Roger and Darren. And 4.2 seconds, 12 minutes remaining on the race clock. Still got some work to do, and it's just starting to get into that point where Roger might be able to think about how he can fight Darren off when he does get there. And sometimes it only has to be a couple of laps to keep him behind, and those tyres start getting worked a bit too hard, heating up a bit much behind the other car, and you can start to gain that advantage back. So it could be very interesting.
I think the worst thing you can do in this position is try and push too much harder and get yourself into that overheating tyre sort of range. And you're better off just keeping in your groove and just keep on going. And do it that way, because as soon as you start over driving it, it's that's it, you're done. So yeah, I think if Roger just stays in his little groove here and just keeps on doing exactly what he's doing rather than trying to push it too hard, I think he'll be just fine.
Looking at the time variation on previous laps and looking at what a few of the last laps differences are, but I would say that Darren is circulating between half a second and 0.8 of a second a lap faster than Roger at the moment. So
if that's the case, then he's going to have a bit of dodgy defense to have to do in these closing stages.
I would say we give it another looking at the lap times there, four more laps, and I'd say Darren's going to would be pretty close to getting in the draft, and that will bring us towards the final 5 minutes, and I think that'll be the head game on how much can Darren fill the mirrors and shake Roger. I just don't know on timing whether he'll have enough this 10 minutes to actually pull that timing all the way down. He's working very hard, Darren, very hard on this car.
I will say one thing. Darren will be keeping a close eye on his incident points. So this evening we've got a drive-through penalty every 21 incidents. Mr. Lobb there at 19. Sharing that with we have Scott McKenzie, Nico Cordia, and Matthew Gerard. One person having served a drive-through already, 22, which is Grant Bristow. But that's going to be something he's going to need to keep in mind. If it, he's got 2 more shots at it, and if he does that, it's throwing the win hopes. But he may be driving a little bit tidier. This isn't exactly a difficult track to pick up off track, so especially there. And
I was going to say
here,
yep.
you drive that too hard there, and yeah, that's your point there. But that is definitely something to note. I'll just go back and have a quick look now. Roger, obviously keeping it pretty clean. He's only on 4.
Wow.
And another person who is stupidly low. These Misfit boys, Trent, Roger, and PBDB. So we have 2 for Trent, 4 for Roger, and 5 for PBDB, respectively. So yeah, these guys have been keeping it real clean tonight. As we have just picked up another off-track point for Darren Lobb. He's on 20. He's got to keep it real clean, and that gap's gone back up.
Look
now.
at that, yeah, that time margin there. He's let that come away. He was down to nearly 3.2. He's put a whole second out of that, so he's really had to roll out of something to avoid getting another one. So maybe just thinking, nah, it's not quite worth it. If I drop any more now, the other 2 are too close behind me to be able to roll through pit lane without dropping off the podium. So it'd be very interesting to see how this plays out. Go jump back on board with him quickly and see how much he's actually lifted.
Yeah, that's a major one. I think where he is at the moment, he still will win the MRX Enduro Championship if he stays in his current position. But I mean, you'd want to make it 3 for 3, surely. But that gap is going one way at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, he still looks like he's working pretty hard. A lot of movement on that rail.
Yeah. And that's
He's brought that gap back just a little bit through that section as well. But has that little mistake just cost him a little bit too much and put a little bit of extra pressure on him, and now he's at that point where he cannot afford a single off-track, a single incident point.
That's the first time we've seen a previous lap time from Darren that's been at a deficit to Rogers. So Rogers' last lap 41.5 versus Darren's 42.1.
Oh, this just got super spicy, didn't it? This just heated up real fast.
And hey, just putting it out there, and I'm sure Roger's not the type of driver to do anything dirty or dodgy, but
I see where you're going with this.
One incident point, if Roger can just park his place in a car where Darren can't help but go off track, that's certainly one way to defend his position, isn't it?
Certainly. And I mean, again, I don't think Roger's really the type. I think it would be a fairly hollow if it did get to that point, and then gave him a wee nudge. But you can strategically place your car without without being that type of guy. You can put your car in a certain place. Not that I would say he has too much knowledge in the way of incident points, unless he has some sort of data app up that does tell you. But yeah, it would be very interesting to see as that gap has come down to about 3 seconds again. These boys can see each other pretty dang clearly now, and they are getting very warm, very warm.
Just over 5 minutes remaining in the race. 3 seconds is the gap, but it's not coming down as rapidly as it was, so I think Darren's just been a little bit more careful with that. Just one single incident point remaining.
Darren with a very cool time of a 41 dead flat.
Ooh, look at
Wow.
We've just had also just a quick mention there from Mr. Nolan. He's just mentioned if Darren does happen to go out on a drive-through there, we will be looking at a Misfits 1, 2, 3 here.
Oh, that is very true.
Thanks, Daniel Nolan.
Or
Yeah.
I do wonder if Trent Bennett might just be far enough back that Darren can clear that drive-through without dropping back to 4.
Oh, I could hear the rollout on that. Was mega.
20 seconds from Darren back to Peter, and then another 11 seconds from
Oh yeah, that would be.
Peter back to Trent. I'm not sure what the transit time is here. But I wouldn't have
maybe 30 seconds.
That was close. That was close.
Honestly, the amount of rollout he had before, it was like, what's he doing?
Managed to squeeze it just down to 2.5 seconds out, just stretching back out as Roger gets a slightly better exit off the hairpin there.
This will be Roger's redemption arc from that blown motor.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get rid of the timing and just see what happens.
Yeah, we don't need the numbers to tell us how close it is now. We can see them both in the same shot.
If you're tuning in
data.
on
I
the
late
late
stages
stages
of
the race, it would go without mention once again that this race, we've put together a bit for Blake and for Brooke there, and give that old QR code a big old scan, jump on the page, chuck a couple of dollars their way. They're going through big battle, and I'm sure every little penny and cent will be greatly appreciated, and they're awesome people, so we need to look after them. So Blakey, we love you. Keep your head up, mate. Never mind, Gandhi.
And may have said it earlier, but SuperCars NZ, we're also we're going to chuck a couple of $100 in there just to show our support and our thanks from the league there to Blake and Brooke. So yeah, you guys at home want to try and beat that. I'm not going to tell you not to. Put it that way. Down into our last 2 minutes of the race, eh? This is getting into some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah, I think we're going to have this lap and one more, and we've got Roger Forbert still holding a 2.3 second lead over Darren Lobb. So
that's did someone say safety car? Oh,
you can't duck.
Safety car?
Safety car.
Thanks to MRX for looking after our Enduro Championship.
I think Roger would probably find where we live.
Safety car.
I think Roger would quite like a safety car at the moment because it would finish on the safety car.
Oh, cool. Oh,
safety car. Safety car. And if anyone wants that MP4 file for the safety car, just flick me a message at SuperCars NZ admin. That's Doug. I'll send that over to you.
He will send the OnlyFans link through very quickly.
Yeah, you can get that for a premium of $49.95, and all those donations for that MP4 video will go straight to Blake and Brooke and give a little.
Love it. Love it.
Safety car.
How's that gap looking? How's that gap there? It doesn't look.
Can't tell
like
you.
it.
Not allowed to tell you.
Still,
Yeah, no, I see that.
still sitting at 1.8 as Rogers is coming around the final quarter to start the final lap now. So I think Rogers is going to have enough unless Darren can absolutely pull something out of the bag on this final lap.
What a
I
champion.
don't think he's close enough.
Traffic, 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 traffic.
Yeah, well, couple of lap cars up ahead. Andrew Unen first for Roger to try and deal with it. He has caught him at quite an awkward place here as well. Nowhere to really jump out of the way.
No. If Roger had flashing lights, some would say he would use those.
Well, his car was flashing. Does that help?
Yeah, for a second. Oh my God, imagine a disconnect of this later on the state of the race.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No.
You'd almost have to everyone pull over and wait for them to rejoin, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't be okay.
Just because Doug said that, I'm very vigorously tapping on wood right next to my rig at the moment. So,
Yeah.
just to
Counter
You're,
that one.
you're a good guy. You're a
cancel
good
anything
guy.
out there.
Darren Lobb, what a race.
I would just like to quickly shout out Michael Gunstone, however, just keeping an eye on these instant points. Michael Gunstone still sitting on 0. Very well done from him. So I just thought I would throw that out there while we're in the midst of this absolute nail biter here.
So,
That's
yeah.
an epic drive to get through this race on 0. If he
Oh,
manages
there's
to
a car pulling
get there.
over to the side up
Was-
ahead. Grant Bristro there.
Out of gas.
Oh,
Oh, that was
that's
just about as it. And there we go.
I
Ladies,
apologise if my attempt to stifle a cough came across on the stream there.
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
Roger Forbert,
Well
P1,
done.
Rogie, what a unit, you madman. If he's got enough gas in the tank, get it up, give it a bird. Very well done, that was epic.
Great job. Roger Forbert first over Darren Lobb. Great drive from Darren, and obviously, like we said, finishing the race there with nothing left in the tank to give to be able to push any further. That there is awesome. Double
These
burnout.
boys
for
doing
the
some
boys.
mega skids for an absolutely excellent finish to the race. Oh, that was cool stuff. Love to see it, especially for the win. You know, like it's all good seeing some of these battles for a lower position, but when it's for the win, it's just it does it for me. It definitely does it for me.
Well done. And PVDB, third spot
PVDB.
there.
Rounding out the podium.
Yeah, and what an awesome drive from the Misfits boys there, first and third, and honourable mention to teammate Trainette coming across the line there in fourth in the 69 car. Awesome
Bloody solid
racing.
effort.
Blake very happy with himself. P7. Matt Gerard, great finish for him. He'll be stoked with that. Up 10 spots from where he started to finish in P8. Tony Lynch there, P9 over Nico Cordia. Great driving from all of those lads. I can't imagine those guys have got either much left in the tank or on the tyre.
I would highly doubt it. The crew chief will be calling out some we need rubber soon, I would say.
While I just noticed we've got a Roger Forbert upstairs and Peter Vanderberg in the waiting room. If one of you guys
Get
wanna
him in!
drag
Get
them
him
down.
in! Get him in! Pull them both in.
Yeah, go for it. Pull them both down.
Leading the championship anyway, so probably fine.
Boys!
Hey!
Hey! Look at that! Roger,
Yeah.
you absolute unit.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. Well done, man.
Yeah.
We were just quickly chatting before about how that's your redemption arc for the blind motor. And I feel like it's fitting.
Yeah,
well
so
done.
sports do last hour and a half. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rival West.
So it turns out that endurance racing's just your thing, Rog.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
struggle, I'll tell you that much to It's easy when you're following someone like Bruce or someone, but when you're on your own, you just want to keep
Yeah.
your concentration.
Well, you're the class of the field. Then you're telling everyone how the state of the race is going. You will be glad to know. Probably worked in your favour there. Mr. Darren Lobb was nursing one incident point for the last 4 laps, I believe.
I wonder why he's backed off a bit. Yeah,
There
'cause
was a wee bit there where you would have seen the gap go back up a wee bit. But
yeah.
we up here in the lounge and also race control in the control tower there, we have been absolutely biting our nails for the last for half an hour, 20 minutes.
Too.
Oh man, bloody good.
I was
We're
pushing
very
and
proud.
pushing, but yeah, I had nothing faster to go. But yeah, watching
No.
the time come down, cross my fingers.
Yeah, very cool.
You've had an epic drive, and let's not take anything away from your monumental drive from tonight without mentioning you had also qualified P2 for tonight. So once again, you know, you said you were struggling, but you were the second fastest car out there in the field for starting the race tonight before leading into this hour and a half. So
it's a shame,
awesome
Bruce
drive.
stopped out there. It's,
Yeah,
I was keen to see how his tyres held up later on in the stints, but
looks like he just hasn't managed to get on top of that packet loss issue that's been sort of plaguing his races for the last
it's a
last
shame.
few weeks.
It would have been a good battle at the end there if we'd managed to catch him up.
Yeah, for sure. But let's also let's not take anything away from PVDB here. Peter,
Hey.
P3, mate.
Hey, man, I feel like a VIP 2 weeks in a row. Have you guys got biltong in this broadcasting lounge?
There was mention of biltong. Yes.
There was many mention of biltong, brother.
I'm disappointed that there's no biltong in here, but okay.
I can offer fermented lemonade and half-drunken diet lemon lime bitters. Which one?
Oh, I'll take the second one, thanks.
Okay, sweet, because the fermented lemonade's actually been sitting on the floor of Sean's car for about 19 years, and he slapped a Waikato label on it, and he's calling it beer.
Waikato's not beer, so I don't know what that's about.
Well, that's what he's calling it, though. That's what he's calling it.
I see Darren is in the other room.
He is.
Oh,
He
there
is.
you go.
But yeah, that was awesome. I didn't expect that outcome for the night, but yeah, I'm just grateful I could keep the car on the road and everything went well.
Qualified
very
P3
admirable.
leading into the race as well. So you Misfit boys were certainly on point. Must have been practicing hard coming into tonight's race. And credit to you and the team for for all of you guys and the Misfits team for helping each other out, getting out there, getting stuck in and racing. We've said it before, say it again. You guys just put up a mighty fine job when you're out there cutting laps, and it's a pleasure to see, and it's a pleasure to show others how well you guys do it.
Yeah, thanks to
Awesome.
Scott McKenzie for Festive Foods for the sponsorship as well. It's very good.
Yeah, definitely.
Get the team together.
While we've got Darren and you two here, we'll just drag Darren in quickly as well. So, welcome to the broadcasting lounge, Darren. We've all shuffled around and made space on the corner of the beanbag, so pull the gloves off and shake hands with the rest of the podium here, brother.
Yeah, it was good fun, hey? It was. It's been a long time since I've had to push that hard in a 90-minute race. It was, pretty good. Well done,
cool.
Roger.
Yeah,
cool to see, man. Cool to see.
Very cool.
My nails.
Yeah, I got really stubborn and decided I was going to run the tank dry. And the last 3 laps that I ended up doing I dropped like 8 tenths a lap to my usual lap pace. And that just killed me. And then I was too stubborn to come in and pit early, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work. And I just ended up burning through 1Xs.
Yeah, we did. We were watching that that incident count there coming up into the last sort of 15, 20 minutes there. Now, it was 19 when I brought it up, and then we saw you get that 20th one, and we thought, crikey, this has gone into a royal nail biter, this one. Because, of course, once that's there, it's once that drive-through's coming along, that's Bob-Eye podium for sure.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think you would have just. I think we discussed that you maybe would have just made
just
it,
held off Trent.
Yeah, but it would have been close.
Yeah, but fuck that, right? You go for the win.
Exactly.
It's funny you should say that because I said exactly the same thing. I said no, he's going 3 for 3. He wants that 3
Yeah.
for 3 for the MRX Enduro. He's got to, and
Yeah.
sure enough, absolutely sent it. And that's the sort of racing we like to see, man. We genuinely do.
I ended up making a mistake, I think, when I had 2 incident points left. I think when I went from 90 to 20, I outbraked myself into turn 1.
You did,
I just softened the rear roll bar, and it felt really good. And I just went too deep into turn 1, and I locked up the front, and I ran off and picked up that extra X. And I think I lost 8 tenths on that lap, and I was kind of like, that's probably me. Yeah, it's probably me done. And that was probably just that like 8 tenths that I stayed out the draft, because the minute you get into the draft in these things, you kind of you suck up onto the car in front of you really, really quickly. But yeah, I needed that. I needed that mistake not to have happened. But yeah, it was good fun, man.
Obviously played into Roger's hand there, so I'm sure he's not too upset about it there, Dan.
No.
Oh no.
He's saying you can play with your bars anytime you like, apparently.
Yeah, exactly, man. He was punching out Roger. You were punching out pretty good lap times towards the end there. I was waiting for the tire drop off, and that one lap, I think you ended up doing a 41.2, and I was just like, "Fuck, man, this is just drop it back off a little bit."
I'll have a crack now. The clouds are over.
Yeah.
Made a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so 52 laps we made it around here, gentlemen. So yeah, very, very valiant effort from all, and obviously Darren there starting from the back, which is just absolutely monumental.
Yeah,
well done, Darren.
You're insane.
And
Thanks, guys.
Nick got to drive the safety car, so he'll be happy.
He's very happy.
Safety car.
Next part of the story that it was unwanted, and he's still trying to get the taste of biltong out of his mouth.
How did you manage to find the pit bay with them parked there?
My pit box.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
There was a big dirty safety car parked in your pit box.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the safety car. It wasn't showing on my screen. When Trent came past, or one of the other Misfit boys came past, and they said, "Oh, you parked inside the safety car," and I first thought they were joking, and then I drove.
There were some jokes getting thrown around, mate. There were some jokes getting thrown around.
Nick Mitchell that he could taste the biltong.
Yeah, well, I had to share a bit because you guys don't share anything.
I offered you my lemon lime and bitters. You shush you.
We
May
did.
not have the desire.
You guys talking about that? Yeah, I just remembered now. I actually put it one lap later than I intended to, because I just outbraked myself and couldn't make the damn pit lane. This place,
That definitely happens
I
here.
saw that.
this place is an absolute shitbox of a racetrack from a pit lane perspective. Jesus,
Yeah.
terrible.
I think it's probably from a perspective as well of a four-wheeled vehicle. I think the motorbikes don't tend to have too many dramas around here, but
No, it works out nicely for the bikes, doesn't it?
yeah, for sure. But then you put an extra 2 wheels and I don't know, just a couple of extra CCs into it, and here we have it. That pit lane is very tricky. It's caught out many of people. Not the first, and definitely won't be the last.
That's right. We saw one of the
certainly not.
Misfits boys trying to go into it backwards at one point, so we'll have to get the breakdown on that one.
It's good viewing. Great viewing.
I saw Darren's lockup going into pits, and he bailed out. And because after Darren passed me, I thought, I'll learn from the pro here and try and stay out as long as what he does. And then I saw you duck into pits and then bail out of it, and I thought, okay, now let me go in, because that was the lap that you wanted to go in, so that might play in my favor. But yeah.
Yeah,
That
was. It's been a long time coming since I've heard the iRacing spotter warn me that I need new tires. It happened at Suzuka for the first time, and then I heard it again here. And at the end of that stint, I think I was down to 36% on the left rear. It's basically like driving on a cardboard box.
Oh man, how do you put those lap times in when you're
Hey, we had enough onboard shots showing how much Darren's working that wheel, so
yeah, it's very true. Very true.
It was a busy night tonight. All of a sudden in my sim room, it's about 34 degrees, and the rest of Auckland's about 5 degrees.
Yeah, and it's all from your body temperature.
100%, man. You should smell it.
Pass.
Anyways, boys, I gotta love and leave you. I got COVID. I'm hungry. I need dinner. I'm out of here.
All right, buddy.
There
Hey,
we
thanks
go.
again,
Yes.
Darren and PVDB and Roger. Very,
Yep.
very respectful race, boys. That was absolutely epic. And again, it was nail biting right to the last. So, you boys are awesome, and we appreciate you guys showing up all the time. And
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Stay
Cheers.
tuned for the
Sweet,
update
guys.
on the community
Yep.
page for championship standings on that one.
absolutely, it's not going to be as close as what we expected, but I can actually tell you where that is if you want. I've got that information right in front of me.
Let's give it a quick wee rundown there, mate. Send it.
Rightio. I probably could have had this information up before, so you can blame me for not informing Darren that he actually won the championship as a whole.
Mhm.
So 207 points and 2 wins for Mr. Darren Lobb. Well done, Darren. That is absolutely epic. Closely followed by Roger Forbert, 192, so taking out that second spot there. Roger. And P3
Mhm.
taking it out by 2 points from Peter Vandenberg as Blake Greenhall.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
well
boy.
done, Blake.
What a time! What a time! There will be a cool wee post up for you guys tomorrow morning.
Nice.
I've even got the flyer already done up. Look at me
Ah,
go, eh? Look at me go. Wicked, absolutely wicked.
cool.
Wicked racing.
Awesome. Well, Leon, I think we've probably done more than our fair share of talking tonight, so we'll hand it over to Shano to give us one of his monumental roundups for tonight's Tuesday night racing and give us a quick rundown of what we've got left for the week.
Oh, thanks for that, Doug. Um,
Absolute
so,
stitch.
of course, thank you as always to All Force Motorsport for being such a dedicated sponsor. So many seasons they've backed us now and continuing to back the V8 Championship with us on Tuesday nights. So thanks, Chitty and the team at All Ports. Thanks, Nick and the team at MRX for backing this Enduro Championship that has been a great little mini championship within our season, this autumn season at SuperCars NZ. Still one more race left in the autumn series for Supercars. That will be Winton next Tuesday. And yeah, but that's it for the endurance series. So that's all one and done. Big thanks to everybody at home for tuning in. Big thanks, Leon and Doug, for joining me in the lounge tonight. And of course, Blake and Brooke. Get out there, jump on the Give a Little, get your phone out, grab one of those nice big QR codes that Doug's chopped up there, open up your camera and scan those with your phone and get to there and donate whatever you're comfortable with to help those guys out, because Blake has been a very committed member of our league and absolutely just a really good mate and always there for anybody that needs it. And obviously, him and his partner Brooke are in need of a bit of help at the moment. So if you're wanting to help those guys out, be sure to jump on that Give a Little page and throw what you can their way.
For sure.
Perfect stuff. Thank you, everyone, and we will catch you on later in the week.
Like I was going to say, you made a quick escape.
Me.